Hello and welcome to the Yay or Nay series. If it's your first time visiting, allow me to explain the rules. It's called the Yay or Nay series. It's actually fairly simple to follow along with, but down in the comments, you either will say, yay, I like the character for the video for the day, as in, yes, I would like to see that character as a DLC playable character for Smash Ultimate, or nay, as in, no, I don't want to. Pretty simple, right? Just type it down in the comments. But each Monday, most likely Tuesday as well, we will have a video pertaining one specific character, and then, the video itself, I'll go over the character, I will go over the series, I'll even go over some sales numbers from the series, because some people like looking at stuff like that, and then maybe a couple random facts, because, well, why not? But, yeah, it's a pretty simple idea. Follow along with, play along with, like I said, every Monday and Tuesday, so, there it is, let's get into the rest of the video. So, haven't put up a poll on the channel in a few weeks for the Smash Bros. Yay or Nay series. Put one up a few days ago, and we had like 5 options or something, and at last check there was 892 total votes in that, and 31% of people voted for the winner, Goose, from the Untitled Goose Game. Yeah, that's right. The Untitled Goose Game Goose character won last week's poll. The mischievous little goose. Wow. I'll be honest, I didn't think it was gonna win, but that's why I do the polls, right? I like seeing what other people would like a video about. What other characters other people might be interested in about. This series isn't about my personal wants. No, this is why I try to get you guys involved. So. Yeah, the goose ended up winning, so I guess it's time to discuss the character. Alright, so look, the game itself did originally release, I believe, back in 2019. And it was actually first shown off, I believe, from what I've seen here in research, it was actually shown off in 2017 with like some pre-alpha footage. So that's kind of one thing that possibly could go in favor of the goose. Now, I say possibly because when we're talking about DLC, odds are if the game at least was known before Smash Ultimate was released, then I would say the character has a much better chance to at least be in discussion. If the game came out after Smash Ultimate's release, then it could be a little bit tricky, right? Well, maybe not. First party might be a different story, but third party characters might be a little bit different because Sakurai might not have all the details he needs. It's not like he's gonna pick some random third party character that came up out of nowhere like overnight and went, all right, yep, I'm gonna choose that for DLC character. Yeah, I do have my doubts about that, but that don't matter. So back to the thing, right? The goose, the game was known about before Smash's release. So DLC should be a possibility, right? Now, again, I have my doubts that the goose would even get a mention when discussing any sort of DLC for Smash Bros. But that's my opinion, and it's not really the one that matters here. So, yeah, why don't we just kind of get into some facts about the character, right? So, like, the thing is, the game itself, right? It was like such an appealing option to gamers for a multitude of reasons, right? It was something we've never seen. It was just a weird little idea, but I don't know. It was just an appealing option to gamers. The fact that it took this weird, ridiculous idea, but made it sort of lovable in its own strange way. I don't know, it was just something about it that gamers were like, yes, I want to play as a goose. I want to go around stealing items from random people. Yeah, I want to turn the water on the gardener. I want to, I just want to get into some mischief, right? So the idea of itself was, something we really haven't seen, and it just caught people's attention. So, that's pretty cool. Now, what about the game itself? How did it do in terms of, sales numbers? Because, look, there was a ton of buzz around the game. Once it's shown off with some reveal trailers and stuff, people are, getting on board. People are getting excited for this. But did that actually lead to anything positive in terms of sales numbers for results? Well, yes, actually. The game did end up selling over 1 million copies. I believe within the year that it came out, which was 2019. So, not only did it sell over 1 million copies, for the Nintendo Switch, so yes, the game is on Switch, so the character technically has Nintendo ties, I suppose, if that matters to people still. But it also happened to be one of the absolute most downloaded games on the Nintendo Switch for 2019. Now, the studio itself, from what I gathered here, the studio only consists of 4 people. Now, that's mighty impressive. 4 people put together a game that, for an indie studio that brought together so many people to play some weird, wacky idea, well done. Bravo. Round of applause. Great. Just like, that's a big accomplishment, right? 4 people bring together the world of gamers for a wacky idea that we haven't seen before. I'm all aboard. You know, I haven't played the game. Well, I mean, I have actually, but I'll be honest. The Goose, this is not something I think about for Smash Bros, right? And if we're going to talk Smash and the Goose, we're going to have to talk about a little bit of the moveset here. So, how would the Goose even work in Smash Bros? What would his moveset look like? Well, let's start things off by introducing what could end up possibly being the most annoying move in Smash Bros history. The honk. Yes, the Goose will honk just like it normally does in its own game. The move itself, I'm not sure how to really put this into an actual move. I don't feel like this would deal any sort of damage. In fact, I feel like the move itself is kind of pointless, so maybe this works better as a taunt. But if we use it as a move, right? I guess, how can we make it a move is a better question. I guess the only way to do that is you got to give it some sort of, I guess, like, I don't know, some kind of effect to the move, right? If it's not going to deal any damage, so, like, what kind of effects? The first thing that popped into my head was maybe, like, a tripping ability. So if the Goose is close enough, and it's not going to be, you know, from one end of the stage to the other, the move's not that broken. It's literally a Goose honking. So you got to be with, you know, like 1 character length away. But maybe there's like a small percentage chance that, and yeah, small percentage. We're not going to say, all right, the Goose honks when you're right next to your opponent, and 100% of the time the character trips. No. There's like a small percent chance that it could cause your opponent to trip. I'm not sure how to really turn this into an actual move, so maybe a taunt is a better way to go, but I mean, honk has to be a part of the moveset or a part of the Goose somehow, right? What about another idea? I'll be honest, this was a little tricky kind of coming up with ideas for the moveset. Now, I'm not no animator, but like, you could do other things like, you know how Ivysaur and Banjo, Kazooie more specifically, their neutral air where like the leaves or Kazooie's wings spread out and then they kind of like do a spinning 360, well, spin in the air. I suppose you could have that same idea for Goose, you know? For its neutral air, it's got a long neck. It could do, you know, pecs forward and backwards for some air attacks, but, you know, trying to take stuff from Goose, what it does in its own game. What about this? Like, I don't know what to call it. An item pluck? A pluck attack? Basically, yeah, like it does in its own game. The move would be simple enough to where the Goose, like, pecks its beak forward, and then as like a fun secondary effect, I thought, because it's kind of what it does in the games, say if items are on, or if you're battling a character that somehow can use some sort of item in its moveset. For example, like Peach and Daisy, they got turnips. Banjo and Snake, they got grenades. Maybe King K. Rool's crown, or something like that. If there's some sort of item involved in the character's moveset, this attack could do that. So the Goose pecks its beak forward, and if items are on and the opponent is holding an item in some way, the Goose would end up stealing that item, and then they have, well, the ability to use that item in battle. So, yeah, I'll be honest, this was, I wasn't expecting Goose to win the poll, so I wasn't, I was having a little difficulty with the moveset. I'll just put it that way. I'm sure there's a lot more ideas out there, but just from what I remember playing the game and from what I know about it, it's, how do you turn Goose into a moveset? How do you turn it? I'm not sure. So I'm going to be real honest right now. This isn't a character that I want to see in Smash. It's not a character that, if they get revealed, I wouldn't be hyped for. I know I like the wacky picks. I like the out-of-the-box thinking type characters. Something that is different and so unique. I'm all for that. But just because I'm for that doesn't necessarily mean I want to see a specific character. So for me, I gotta give this a nay. It's just, yeah, I just don't think, when I think Smash Bros, this is just not a character I personally want. The hype's not there, like I said. There's many other characters that I feel are much more deserving, that have waited long enough or are still waiting to get into the game as playable. So yeah, for me, this is a nay. It'll be interesting. Like I said, there was almost 900 votes in the poll. 31% of the people voted for the Goose, so let's see how many people do want the Goose in Smash Bros. But yeah, for me, it's a nay. Anyway, that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I'm sorry, I did struggle with this video just a little bit, but yeah, the moveset really got me. But anyway, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.